नमस्ते बिटिया, सदा खुश रहो। Myself, JVN Dr. Hemant Vyas, Associate Professor and Head of Department of Surgery, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. In today's session, we are going to discuss about breast diseases, and today we are going to discuss about two of the important breast diseases, that is acute mastitis and fibrocystic diseases. Let's begin. So in the beginning we can see the comparison between normal and fibrocystic breast and a histological slide of fibrocystic breast. Here we can see the fibrocyst and the cyst formation. Now let's study this disease in detail. Fibrocystic breast disease, commonly called fibroadenosis. It is a benign condition where small lumps are felt at the breast. It is characterized by fibrous and cystic changes in the breast tissues. Fibrocystic breasts aren't harmful or dangerous, but may be bothersome or uncomfortable for some women. More than half of women will develop fibrocystic breast disease at some point in their lives. Many women with fibrocystic breast will not have any associated symptoms. They can be further classified to two types. One is fibrosis and another is cyst. Fibrosis, fibrous tissue similar to scar tissue. It feels firm, rubbery or hard to touch. And cyst, they are fluid filled sacs. Smaller cysts are harder to feel, but they may get bigger over the time. Now let's see what are the signs and symptoms of fibrocystic breast disease. There is breast swelling or thickening, lump within one or both breasts which may vary in size and texture. The lumps are also round and mobile, but not as mobile compared to fibroadenoma. There are generalized breast pain and tenderness. The nipple discharge, which is usually brown or green in color. Itching. Monthly increase in breast pain or lumpiness from mid-cycle, that is ovulation, to just before the period. So the fibrocystic breast disease is somewhere related with the hormones of the female. Mainly estrogen and progesterone are responsible for the enlargement of the fibrocystic breast. Then it is also observed that the fibrocystic disease, the incidence occur in the reproductive age group. That means the disease disappear after menopause. So it is somewhere connected with the female hormones, and the occurrence is also between the ovulation and before the menses. So that's why it is related with female hormones. Investigations. In the women which are above 40 years of age, we go for mammography, and who are below 40 years of age, we go for ultrasound of the breast. MRI scan may be needed in some complicated cases. Breast biopsy and fine needle aspiration cytology may be needed in some cases. Management. Most women with fibrocystic changes and no symptom do not need treatment, but closer follow-up may be advised. Removing fluid through fine needle aspiration may help relieve symptoms of pain or pressure. However, the fluid may return at a later time. Over-the-counter pain relievers such as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs can be prescribed. There are usually no adverse side effect to this condition. In almost all cases, it subsides after menopause. A possible complication arises through the fact that cancerous tumor may be more difficult to detect in women with fibrocystic changes. Then another important condition which encounter the females is acute mastitis. Acute mastitis is usually a bacterial infection and is seen commonly in the postpartum period. It is seen during lactation period, commonly occur in new mother who have been breastfeeding for at least 3 months. The commonest organism which invade is Staphylococcus aureus. In hospital acquired acute mastitis, usually the bacteria is penicillin resistant. Here we can see a picture of breast abscess. It's a huge abscess and we can see brownish discoloration of the breast just below the nipple. Pathogenesis. Infants harbor Staphylococcus aureus in the nasopharynx and infection ascends from the cracked nipple or keratotic plug at the orifice of a duct. इसका मतलब कि ब्रेस्ट के अंदर जो स्टेफिलोकोकस का इन्फेक्शन है ये कहाँ से डेवलप हो रहा है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, इफ देयर इज एनी क्रैक इन द निप्पल, देन द बैक्टीरियाज विच आर प्रेजेंट इन द नाजोफेरिंग्स एंड ओरोफेरिंग्स ऑफ द इन्फेंट, यानी बच्चे के नाजोफेरिंग्स और ओरोफेरिंग्स में जो स्टेफिलोकोकस ऑरियस बैक्टीरिया प्रेजेंट होता है वहां से वो क्रैक ऑफ निप्पल के थ्रू ब्रेस्ट के अंदर एंटर कर सकता है. The lactiferous duct will become blocked first by epithelial debris leading to stasis. Once Staphylococcus reaches the ampulla, it will cause clotting of milk and the organism will keep multiplying within the duct. Then investigations. Needle aspiration of pus and bacteriological culture of the pus has to be carried out. Ultrasound to detect abscess location which can be at subcutaneous, subareolar, intralobular and retromammary abscess. Then management. For early infection we give co-amoxiclav, flucloxacillin to treat the infections. Encourage breast pump to promote milk drainage. Support of the breast, local heat and analgesics to relieve the pain. Established abscess, do recurrent aspiration and incision and drainage. Then some of the complications of acute mastitis are breast abscess. It is a complication of acute mastitis and also known as chronic inflammatory abscess. Patient will come presenting with redness, large pus swelling and painful breast. Management. Aspirations under antibiotic cover, incision and drainage, radial circumareolar incision over the affected segment. All calculi are broken and after proper drainage and washing of the abscess cavity, wound is packed with ribbon gauze or a drain inserted to allow dependent drainage. Later, after a day, pack is removed and continue dressing till the wound healing. That's it from the today's presentation. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you very much.